We have a story out of Mobile, Alabama. There's a lot of brothers and sisters definitely live in Mobile, where a $500,000 bond had been set for a man who police say killed another man by hitting him over the head with a shovel and pipe. It said prosecutors on the case told the judge at the bond hearing they believe the assault have been racially motivated. Now, the attacker was a Mzungu and the victim was a black man. Now, Morgan Daniel Barnhill, 27, originally told the police officers in Mobile Police Department he struck a man because he thought an unknown burglar was breaking into his shed on March the 29th. However, authorities say an investigation swiftly uncovered the man who knew the person he bashed in the head with two sharp and heavy objects. It was his neighbor, a 25-year-old black man by the name of Etienne Murray. An officer close to the case said through the investigation, it was determined the alleged victim, Barnhill, intentionally misled officers about an attempted burglary on the 4300 block of Windy Hill Circle East. Now, detectives discovered several inconsistencies in Barnhill's statement. And determined he filed a false report claiming an unknown male was attempting to break into his shed on the property. Now, Barnhill assaulted Murray with a garden shovel and a pipe, and waited hours before calling authorities to report his injuries or the crime that he was trying to prevent. Murray died 3 days later on April the 1st. So he took a lot of blunt force trauma. Sick white supremacists. Now, they said that the police said there was no additional details about the incident, calling in an active homicide investigation. That Barnhill's bail was set at $500,000 on April the 4th. It said should the bond be met, he would be required to wear an ankle bracelet and stay on house arrest. Now, the brother's mother said the two men were friends, and her son was even invited over to Barnhill's home for a barbecue. She claimed Barnhill believed Murray stole a purse from his property. Now, it said reports also said Lindsay Gale, Murray's mother, said after he beat my baby, he left him there and didn't call for help, didn't try to help. It said if he would have called for help, maybe my baby would still be here. So I want him to know he has shattered my world. He said he took my baby and he didn't have to do that. He said if he feels like my child took something from him, why not call the police? He said why not handle it the right way? He said why take the cowardly way out and beat my child's head and leave him there? Now, the mother said she doesn't want anything bad to happen to the man responsible for her son's death. Oh, Lord, let me stop right here. Oh, God. I wonder if she got white Jesus on the wall. I'm wondering. If you do something to my child, I want the worst thing in the earth to happen to you. What you mean you don't want anything bad to happen? Look at what he did your son. And you don't want nothing bad to happen? Man, hell no, man. No. Like I would wish the worst on him. I would pray that he be cursed all the days of his life. I would hope he everything bad happened to him in prison. Like what you talking about? You don't want anything bad to happen. Well, if you don't want nothing bad to happen, why don't you go up there and just tell the police, you know what, police, let him go. Just let him go. I mean, yeah, he brutally killed my son, but I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. So just let him go back home. You might well go tell the police that. That's why he's not going to get probably a whole lot of time, because when you putting out there in the media that you don't want, I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. Jesus Christ. She says this, I don't want him to die because I don't want another mother feeling the pain that I feel right now. He said, no mother should have to bury her child, especially to senseless violence like this. Man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, y'all. Now, I say a bail bond has not been met. It said for Barnhill, he remains incarcerated in Mobile County Jail in Alabama. But it's nothing in my mind, and it goes back to that Dylan Roof thing. When remember when Dylan Roof was in court, and they were like, "I forgive you," and all that. Like, what? They killed your people. Dylan Roof wasn't even asking for forgiveness. And like I said, that is that slave mentality that's in black folk. Because if there had been another black person, they don't say, I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. There'd have been Pookie and Ray Ray would have killed her son. Oh, she wouldn't have been talking about all that. I don't want another mother to experience this. You notice they never say that when it comes to another black person. But let white Jesus descendants, because that's how they view them, white Jesus descendants do something to black folks, and oh well, I don't want nothing bad to happen, and I forgive him because I gotta forgive. My Lord, black people, get rid of that white Jesus. I'm gonna keep preaching that to you, because that's ruined y'all. That keep y'all this docile slave mentality. And that's just not right. Oh man, this is so wrong. That brother lost his life, and his mama out here talking about she don't want nothing to happen to this white supremacist. And the police said it was racially motivated. The police said it was. And they don't try to come out and say anything racially motivated. You know that. So it must have been so bad that they had no choice but to say it was racially motivated, because they try to cover for each other. But y'all let me know in the comments, man. This story's got on my nerves, y'all. It got on my nerves. Black folk, get out of that slave mentality. Some of you black people that's in those areas like Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, all them little places like that, some parts of Louisiana, some of y'all are bad off. Some of y'all are so bad off. And I love you, but you're bad off. Let that mess go. I say, you are sitting up here loving them people more than life itself. They take your baby away from you, and you still sitting up here talking about you don't want nothing bad happen to them.